Hey guys, James here from eBassGuitar, and in today's bass guitar lesson, I'm going to show you two techniques to start transposing on the bass guitar. If you're a beginner to intermediate bass player and this sounds good, make sure you check out this lesson all the way to the end. Hey guys, it's James here from eBassGuitar, and the inspiration for today's bass guitar lessons comes from Paul, who's one of my personal coaching students over at eBassGuitar.com, and he plays in his local worship team at church. And he asked me, what is the best way to go about transposing on the bass guitar? Because he often sees songs in different keys when he's playing on a Sunday. So today I want to share with you two specific bass guitar techniques which will really help you start transposing. But let me show you the track we're going to be working at first so you can get a feel for this lesson. So guys, just before we hit the lesson content today, I want you to know there's a completely free PDF which comes with this lesson where you can see everything we're discussing today written out in standard notation, tab, and fingerboard diagrams too. You can grab your free PDF by clicking the link in the description below. Also, all of the backing tracks today are available in the Bass Lab Plus too. So if you want to check out the Bass Lab Plus, make sure you jump over to eBassGuitar.com. So let's start right at the very beginning and discuss what transposition is. So transposition is where we take the key center or key of a song and shift all of the notes and the chords by a relative amount into a new key center. So say we have a song in the key of C. What we might do is shift all of the notes down a whole step into the key of B flat. So all of the notes and chords now relate to the key of B flat. So there are two main reasons in my experience why bands and musicians will often want to change the key of a song. So the first one is to suit the range of a singer. There are singers with a very, very wide range. There's singers with much, much narrower ranges. There's singers with a very, very high range, and there's singers with a very, very low range. And obviously the range of a male singer is going to be very, very different to a female singer. And so a singer can sing a song accurately. It's really important to place the song in the right key. So it's not uncommon to have a singer come up to you and say, can we shift this up a whole step or down a whole step, for instance, so it works for their voice. The second reason you'll see is to get it working with very specific instrumentation, because different instruments work better in different keys. A prime example of this is Stevie Wonder's Superstition, where the original is in E flat, which suits brilliantly the piano. So we have this. But what guitar-driven bands will often do is put it into the key of E, so it can use the open string, and so the riff then becomes this, which gives it a much earthier sound, but also there are many, many more possibilities because you can bounce off the open strings too. So the first thing you need to do to start transposing is understand the interval that you are transposing by. So if we are in the key of C and we're going to transpose into the key of B flat, what we're going to be doing is shifting every note relatively down by a whole step or 2 frets on the bass guitar. But there are many, many intervals that we can transpose by, so it's really important to understand that. Transposing up a whole step or down a whole step is a very, very common one. But you might want to go from, say, the key of C major like that to the key of F major, and so everything will be shifting up by a fourth, for instance. So making sure you understand that transposition to begin with is very, very important. If you need help understanding how intervals work, make sure you check out my book, The Complete Guide to Music Theory for Bass Guitar Players. You can grab your copy at eBassGuitar.com. So once you're clear on what interval you need to transpose by, you need to work out how to play it in the new key. And what you could do is you could feed every single note into a computer and it will generate the song in a new key. And there are plenty of pieces of software which can do that kind of thing. But it's much better to understand how the transposition works directly on the fingerboard. So what I'm going to do is take the classic bass line from Stand By Me and show you how to shift that into 3 different keys using the very specific shape that it creates on the fingerboard. The shapes and patterns of the fingerboard are really, really important and a really valid way to start transposing on the bass guitar. So let's look at this practically now using the classic bass line from Stand By Me. Stand By Me is based entirely on the A major scale and uses the top 5 notes of it and sounds like this. And if you use the 1 finger per fret technique, what you'll notice is there's a very, very specific shape created on the fingerboard. So what we could do now is we could transpose this shape, or move the shape rather, into the key of G. So all we need to do is move everything down relatively by a whole step or 2 frets. So we are now playing Stand By Me in the key of G. But what we could also do is play Stand By Me, say, in the key of C now. So what we'll do is we'll take the A like that, and we will shift everything up by a minor 3rd or 3 frets. So we end up with this. So what I'll do is I'll write those 3 examples down in the free PDF which comes with this lesson. It's really important to look at the shape which is created on the fingerboard, because that is by far the most simplest way to start transposing on the bass guitar. So guys, if you're enjoying this lesson, make sure you jump over to eBassGuitar.com and check out the Bass Lab Plus program. This is a full syllabus online for the beginner to intermediate bass guitar player to teach you exactly the skills you need to play in a band, go to a jam session, or just simply rock out at home. Also, you get my personal help inside that program too. So if you'd like me to coach and mentor you too, make sure you jump over to eBassGuitar and start checking out the Bass Lab Plus program. There is a link in the description below. So the last skill I want to show you today is how to transpose chord sequences. So behind any bass line, there is generally always a chord sequence at work. And behind Stand By Me is this chord sequence 1, 6, 4, 5. And if you can understand that, that is absolutely critical. So if we're in the key of C, for instance, we can take the C major scale and work out the 1, 6, 4, 5 chord sequence, and that is going to be a C, an A minor, an F, and a G, like that. And now here is the trick, is you want to take those 4 notes and you want to see the fretboard light up like a Christmas tree. And so in the lesson notes which come with this, I've put a fingerboard diagram which shows you all of the C's, all of the A minors, all of the F's and the G's. And this is what will give you the complete freedom to start improvising your own bass lines across the neck. So let me give you a demonstration here using the backing track, Taking It Home. And all I'm going to do is play C, A minor, F, G, and then start improvising a little bit. But just thinking these chords is the most important thing to begin with.
3.
was doing was playing that chord sequence, C, A minor, F, G, across the whole of the fingerboard. So what we're going to do now is we're going to transpose into the key of D. Use the D major scale to work out the 1, 6, 4, 5 chord sequence. So that is going to be a D, a B minor, a G, and an A. And again, what you want to do is see the fingerboard light up like a Christmas tree of all the Ds, the B minors, the Gs, and the A's. That again is written in the PDF which comes with this lesson. Let's try it with the track so you can now see me playing this in the key of D. So as you can see, starting to think in chords now really opens up the whole of the fingerboard. So what we're going to do is finish off by playing this in the key of A. So the original was in C. So we're going to transpose into A now. So we're going to take everything down 3 frets or a minor third. So this here is A. And so 1, 6, 4, 5 in A is going to be an A, an F sharp, a D, and an E, like that. So I'm going to play root notes just to begin with, then I'm going to start having some fun playing this in the key of A major and add some fills and passing notes.
3.
So guys, that's the end of today's bass guitar lesson. If you've enjoyed this lesson, make sure you download the completely free PDF that comes with this lesson so you can see everything written out in standard notation and in fingerboard diagrams too. Also, if you're looking for help to push your bass playing forward, make sure you jump over to eBassGuitar.com and check out the Bass Lab Plus, where there is a full program for the beginner to intermediate bass player. Plus, you can also get my personal help too to help push your bass playing forward. Cheers, I've been James here from eBassGuitar.com, and I will catch you very soon.